We're just out here trying to find her and hoping that she's still alive, which doesn't look good. After finding all of her things just scattered everywhere. And she would not do this. It's not Nicole.
The family says the backpack found was Nicole Mallatt's purse. It had her wallet, cell phone, and driver's license, all found within 100 yards from her home. The 36-year-old was a loving mother of 4.
She's a good person. She's a beautiful girl.
Loves her kids.
Loves her kids to death. Would do anything for them.
Loves her family.
She just wants to be a family. That's all she wanted to be, was a family. And I think they just took all that away from her.
Bates County requested help from the Southwest Major Case Squad, nearly a dozen agencies aiding after Mallatt went missing 2 days before Thanksgiving. Her family says Mallatt had reached out to several family members concerned about her safety.
She would call me and say, Mama, I got to get out of here. I'm going to end up dead if I don't. And she wanted to come to my house a couple weeks ago, but she said she couldn't leave her babies.
The sheriff's department says there's no evidence of foul play at the home. They say Mallatt's partner of 18 years and her former husband are both cooperating with investigators. But the family says there were frequent arguments.
I think it got out of hand, and I think Nicole's probably dead by now. Why haven't they found her? Why is her things scattered all over the place?
For now, they just want answers.
It's just hard.
The Bates County Sheriff's Department today wouldn't answer questions if Nicole has been a victim of domestic violence. They say that's part of their open investigation. Anyone with information should contact police. In Bates County, Brian Johnson, KMBC 9.
No shortage of help, but no shortage of land to search.
We're concerned about her whereabouts.
Bates County Sheriff Chad Anderson says Nicole Mallat, a 36-year-old mother of 3, hasn't been seen since Tuesday night.
She's loved by her kids, she's loved by her family, and they're concerned.
With nearly a dozen agencies helping out, law enforcement searched 250 acres, finding a piece of clothing on a property across the street from her home. They don't know yet if it's hers, but are treating it as if it's important to the case.
Well, it's not good. You know something's definitely wrong.
Bill Tillery is the family's closest neighbor.
I hope they find her. Hopefully the good way, not the bad way.
Dive teams, boats, drones, and canines searched along water by the property.
We're hoping that she is maybe just ran off to somebody's house and is just, you know, maybe for the lack of better terms, checked out for a day or two.
The sheriff says there's no sign yet a crime happened. Mallatt's mother-in-law called 911 Friday after Mallatt mysteriously missed Thanksgiving.
They're begging for somebody with information. Somebody knows something, and that's what we're asking.
But as day turns to night, it's quiet in Bates County. And Mallatt's family and law enforcement need someone to talk.
If something's wrong, somebody needs to find out.
The sheriff told me he hopes to give another update sometime tomorrow morning. But again, he says no piece of information is too small, even if it's something that they've already gone over. In Bates County, William Joy, KMBC 9 News.
A large search is underway for a missing woman in Bates County, Missouri, as investigators try to determine what happened to Nicole Mallat.
The 36-year-old woman has not been seen for a week, and her family says that's not like her.
The search is centered on her property just outside Butler, where Mallat was last seen. KCTV5's Leslie Aguilar is live tonight at the Sheriff's Department. And Leslie, this has to be so incredibly difficult for Mallat's family.
Yeah, right now the family suspects foul play. They fear the worst but are hoping for the best. Law enforcement has found no evidence a crime occurred, but say the circumstances of this case are suspicious.
We just want you to come home safe.
Aunts and cousins from all over the state of Missouri traveled to Bates County to search for their loved one.
Put it on your Facebook and let your friends share it or whatever. Because the more we can get it out there, the better it is.
Passing out flyers all over the region.
She's been missing for 7 days and we don't know what happened to her.
Nicole Shaylee Mallatt is a mother of 4. She texted one of her daughters last Tuesday saying she was leaving for a few hours, but she never came back.
She would call her kids. Her kids are her world. And like any holiday, she would go all out decorating and everything. For her not to call her kids on Thanksgiving, something happened to her.
The family says Nicole also texted a sister-in-law asking if she could stay at her house, but she never showed up.
And I'm really to the point of being scared something serious has happened to her.
Because she
would never leave her kids like that.
Nicole was last seen late Tuesday night on this gravel road. Law enforcement are still searching the more than 240 acres of farmland surrounding her home.
We've searched the property, the river, the bodies of water around the property, on the property, with boats that are equipped with sonar. We've had drones fly over. We have volunteers searching the property.
Sheriff Chad Anderson says Nicole was last seen by her ex-husband, who says he picked her up and dropped her off near the home where she lived with her boyfriend. Law enforcement has found no evidence of foul play. If Nicole is out there alive, her family has this message for her.
We love you, honey. You know we love you. We know your mom loves you, and you know them damn kids love you. You really, really just need to get a hold of somebody. We will help you in any way we can, no matter what.
And they also have a request for the public.
Please, everybody, pray to bring her home safe.
Now, the sheriff's office has activated the Southwest Missouri Major Case Squad. That means that there are several law enforcement agencies working on this case. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Bates County Sheriff's Office at 660-679-3232. Reporting live in Bates County, Missouri, Leslie Aguilar, KCTV 5 News.
Thanks, Leslie.
Here today in reference to the missing person, Nicole Mallat. Nicole is a 36-year-old white female. She's approximately 5'3", 120 pounds with long brown hair. Nicole was last seen on 11/26 of 2019 at approximately 7:40 p.m. Nicole is the mother of 3 children. The children range from the ages 11 to 16 years old. The Sheriff's Office received a missing persons report on 11/29, Friday following Thanksgiving, at approximately 4:30. Deputies at that point began following up on leads and following up on generated calls for services. On Monday morning, the command staff met and reviewed the case at hand. A decision was made to activate the Southwest Major Case Squad. The Major Case Squad is composed of agencies, law enforcement agencies from Bates County, Vernon County, St. Clair County, Barton County, Cedar County, Missouri Highway State Patrol, and municipalities that are within those counties. Investigators have extensive training and experience in major investigations, including missing persons. We typically activate the squad when we have numerous leads to follow up on in a short amount of time. In a missing person case, time is important. This also allows for an overview and directions of the investigations by internal and external agencies. We're currently on our 7th day of the investigation. So far, we've recovered Nicole's phone, a backpack with her driver's license and wallet, and a pair of tennis shoes. We've served a search warrant on Nicole's residence, and that residence was processed by the Missouri Kansas City Police Department's crime scene technicians. Our search is centered around the 220 acres farm that she lived on with her boyfriend of 18 years. We have since moved our search to surrounding farms close to that farm area. We will continue ground search until we no longer have any indication that our searches will produce evidence or indications of her whereabouts. I would like to take some time and address Nicole if she's watching today. Nicole, you have no obligation to answer any questions of ours in reference to your location. If you have just decided that you are done and you wanted to start a new life and left on your own free will, I have one question and a favor to ask. That you go to the nearest law enforcement agency, identify yourself, let them confirm who you are, and we can give your family some answers. I do not need to know your location. I just need to know that you're alive and well, and that is our goal for here. To Nicole's family and friends, we will not rest until we have answers for you and have a conclusion beyond some kind of reasonable doubt. So at this time, I'll take any questions.
Where did you find your phone?
Her phone was found on the road close to the house.
And because you found a phone and some articles of clothing, is there a concern that she may be a victim of foul play?
Just because we have found those articles does not necessarily mean that there's foul play. It is suspicious in nature, but we are still trying to determine whether or not that was left there in the determination to get us not to be looking for her elsewhere.
And can you say, Sheriff, does Nicole have a history of being a victim of domestic violence in your county?
At this point, I don't want to confirm or deny any of that. It's part of the open investigation.
How long will you continue the search?
Our goal is to continue the search short term for the next few days while the weather is friendly, and at some point we'll give our search and rescue guys and our investigators a break They've been working from sunup till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and coming back at 7 o'clock in the morning to start over. So we have to give them some rest so that they can look at it with fresh eyes. So it may be Sunday that we take a break if nothing else, but if we have leads that need followed up, we'll continue through until we no longer have leads.
Where were the other items found? Were they all found at the same place, the phone?
They were all found within a 100-yard span of each other.
And when you say along the road, are we talking about the road that runs along north-south adjacent to the house or on the driveway?
It was within a quarter mile of the house.
Sheriff, can you say, has her boyfriend of 18 years been cooperative in the investigation?
I can say he has been cooperative, yes.
Well, how about her former husband as well?
Her former husband has been cooperative.
You said you searched the house. Did anything turn up?
We're still processing that evidence.
No evidence you've found so far of foul play, no blood or anything?
Nothing from that residence that would indicate that something nefarious has happened to her.
And I know you said you can't comment on the domestic violence history, but what about, does she have a history in your county of disappearing for periods of time?
We have had reports of that. We do not have personal information of existing police reports that she's ran off in the past. So,
but relatives have reported that she's dropped off the radar occasionally?
Occasionally.
What all things are you using to look for, Nicole?
So we, in the past, we've used water teams that have got sonar. We've had 2 separate dive teams that have searched waterways that we had some interest in. We have used high-tech drones from other agencies, physical search parties with sheriff's posse, volunteers, other agencies that are CERT trained. We are using anything and everything that we have at our reach to help bring this to a closure.
Has there been any concern that maybe you might need to bring in any cadaver dogs to search?
You know what? We have had cadaver dogs on scene with us, I believe 2 days ago.
Are there people you're interested in talking to besides Nicole that you haven't been able to locate?
At this point, we've located everybody that we have an interest in speaking with.
Can you see if her phone was turned off or smashed or just left there?
At this point, I don't know a whole lot of information about the phone. I didn't personally find it. I just know that we have that in our custody.
Can you describe the backpack? Did it contain like a change of clothes, or what exactly was that?
Again, I can't release any information related to the backpack.
Anything, John?
All right, well, thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Sheriff.
You guys, appreciate you.
The search continues south of the metro, where police, family, and the community continue to search for answers in the disappearance of a 36-year-old mother of 4. Nicole Mallat vanished from the property where she lived with her boyfriend early last week. Tonight, her family came together for a candlelight vigil. KCTV5's Kelly Taylor was there.
Amy, family and friends gathered here with candles lit, and they are broken. And they're hoping that somebody, somewhere, knows something that can help bring Nicole home.
Your word says, Lord, that when we pray, we will receive if we believe.
Deborah Lewis sits in the middle of this prayer circle, surrounded by family who loves and supports her.
And they're all rooting for Nicole to come home and praying and praying and praying for Nicole to come home.
Her daughter, Nicole Mallat, was last seen alive on Southwest County Road 3508 in Rich Hill, Missouri, after her ex-husband dropped her off near her home 2 days before Thanksgiving. Family, friends, and people in the community have scoured the area looking for her.
We'll protect her wherever she's at and make her safe until she returns home.
A lot of people in this town know Nicole, a lot of people. And if anybody knows anything, to please let somebody know in my family so we can have closure to this.
Closure is what they're hoping for, but as the light from their candles flicker and many wipe away tears, they can't help but think something bad has happened to Nicole.
Because I know Nicole would not do this. I know she's not alive. I just know she's not. I feel it in my heart. I just keep asking her to take me to her. That's all I want. Just want to go get her.
The Bates County Sheriff's Office is investigating this as a missing persons case. But with the search upgraded to a statewide endangered person advisory Friday, Deborah hopes someone, somewhere, does the right thing.
I want somebody to find her if she's still there. I want her to be found and brought home safe. It's not looking like that's the case.
Kelly Taylor, KCTV 5 News.
Nicole is described as about 5'4", 120 pounds with blonde hair and blue eyes. If you know anything about where she might be, you are urged to call the Bates County Sheriff's Office.
Clues in the search for this missing woman, Nicole Mallat.
The mother of three who was reported missing nearly a week ago. Search crews in Bates County found her phone and other items now.
So now the search for Mallat has extended to farms surrounding the property where she lived. 41 Actions reporter Sarah Blake in Bates County with the search team.
Just this morning, the Bates County Sheriff told me that they found Nicole Mallat's cell phone, backpack, and shoes in a rural area about 100 yards outside of where she lives. Right now, we've got many searchers out here, and they've got a lot to go through. This is a field, this is the Meridicine River, and you've got other creeks nearby, so it's a lot to go through. They're looking for any signs of Nicole, and they hope to find her, figure out where she could have gone. Nicole Mallat's family is gathered in Butler, Missouri, worried sick about what searchers might find in rural Bates County.
It's not like Nicole. This is not Nicole.
36-year-old Mallatt went missing the night of November 26th. She left her house in rural Bates County, where she lives with her longtime boyfriend and their kids. The police got involved Monday, sending volunteers out on foot to search every day.
We have found her cell phone. We have found a backpack that we are confident is hers since it had her ID in it. And we have found a pair of shoes in that search.
Mallatt's mother, Debbie Lewis, says she spoke with Mallatt's ex-husband, who says he was with her that night and that he dropped her off outside her house. Lewis says her daughter had plans for Thanksgiving, but was never seen again.
We talked about Thanksgiving. She called me for recipes and stuff. Anyway, she was going to have this dinner for her kids, and they were all going to help Mom cook.
You don't have to be a seasoned investigator to realize that something's not right, and that's not normal behavior.
I just want to take my baby home with me.
Sarah Blake, 41 Action News.
Crews in rural Missouri have found the cell phone, wallet, and bag belonging to missing 36-year-old Nicole Mallat.
She disappeared 9 days ago.
Our Leslie Aguilar is staying on top of this case, and she's live now at the Bates County Sheriff's Office. Leslie?
Right now, the search of rural farmland here in Bates County is ongoing. Those items recovered so far do not indicate whether Nicole is alive or not. She has more and more family gathering here, hoping they find answers soon.
They don't want us to search because we're family.
Family members from all over Missouri all gathered at a daily search party meeting this morning.
We have a lot of farm fields that are open and a lot of ground to search.
Including Nicole's own mother.
I'm worried sick about her. I just want my daughter to come home.
She believes something terrible has happened to her daughter. They last spoke the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
She planned a big meal. She called me getting recipes and was happy and was excited.
Sister-in-law Sarah Messick is beside herself. She last spoke to Nicole Monday through text when Nicole asked to stay at her house.
And that was the last I heard from her.
Nicole was last seen by her ex-husband, who says he dropped her off on the road near her house.
I believe him. I do. I really believe him.
Her brother believes someone else had to have seen her next.
I believe there's foul play.
This is private property surrounding the farm where Nicole lived with her boyfriend. Volunteers are doing a line search of every square foot on this property. Bates County Sheriff Chad Anderson says though the circumstances are very suspicious, there's still nothing to indicate any crime has been committed. So just in case, he has this message for Nicole if she's out there.
If you have just decided that you are done and you wanted to start a new life and left on your own free will, I have one question and a favor to ask. That you go to the nearest law enforcement agency, identify yourself, let them confirm who you are, and we can give your family some answers.
Now, volunteers have found that her cell phone, her backpack she used, has a purse and some shoes. Now, if you know anything about this case, you're asked to call the Bates County Sheriff's Office at 660-679-3232. Reporting live in Bates County, Leslie Aguilar, KCTV 5 News.
Thank you, Leslie.
The Bates County Sheriff has taped off both sides of one section of a body of water just across the street from the house 36-year-old Nicole Mallat lived at.
Well, it's just a very nervous situation.
Mary Martin is Nicole Mallat's mother-in-law and the person who called 911 when Mallatt mysteriously missed Thanksgiving.
We had talked about what we were going to cook.
As dive teams search the river, the Sheriff's Department hasn't shared any new information since finding a piece of clothing yesterday.
Dragging the water makes you nervous.
Mallatt's 4 kids are between 11 and 17. They were the last to see or hear from her last Tuesday when she said she was headed to play pool with a friend.
I don't think it's really kind of sinking in too much.
It's difficult to avoid watching the search, but they're trying to keep living like normal.
It is, but it helps for the kids to go to school and me go run my errands.
People close to the family say it's not unusual for Mallatt to leave for periods of time, but that in the past, she'd always stayed in contact.
She doesn't have to call me. She doesn't have to call Brad. She doesn't even have to call her parents. But she needs to make a phone call to her children.
The answers are out there.
We always have hope.
But right now, the family needs help.
Somebody knows something.
When the sun went down tonight, the law enforcement officers from all the agencies helping out packed up and left that search site. We haven't heard any new information from the sheriff today, but the expectation is they'll start at that same site tomorrow morning. At the Bates County Sheriff's Department, William Joy, KMBC 9 News.
Some key items. They found a backpack, her cell phone, some shoes, her driver's license, as well as her wallet, all belonging to Nicole Mallat. Now, the 36-year-old mother of 4 has been missing for more than a week. Today, take a look at this video. News Chopper 9 flew over the scene where detectives have moved their search about 2 miles west of where they have previously been searching. Crews continued their search. They've been searching 220 acres on the farm near where she lived, where her boyfriend and she have been together for 18 years. Police say her boyfriend and her former husband have been cooperating with investigators. The Bates County Sheriff's Office activated the Southwest Major Case Squad, nearly a dozen agencies, to help find Mallatt. She hasn't been seen since last Tuesday, and today her mother told us she doesn't understand why she was the very last to find out that her daughter went missing.
Loves her kids to death. Would do anything for them.
Loves your family.
She just wants to be a family. That's all she wanted to be, was a family. And I think they just took all that away from her and away from her children. How could they do this to the kids even?
The family today told us that in the past, when she went missing or she was constantly in contact with them, and that if the boyfriend didn't know where she was, the boyfriend would reach out to them. She says that this didn't happen in this case. Detectives obviously want help. If you know where she is or have any clues, contact the Bates County Sheriff's Department. Live in Bates County, Brian Johnson, KMBC.